This is for Dwarfs. Come on, put some more up. You know some other ones. Put in Tranquility, Serenity.
I don't know where they are.
A little dot here is Crisis, Crisium, okay. Serena, Tranquility, okay. Anybody know where we put a man on the moon? 11, 15, first man on the moon, first vehicle on the moon, 15, okay. So those are some that you should learn, okay, basically. And then you have lots more. Down here is where we're going to land in a year or two. A man and a woman will sit on the moon there, okay. So there's lots of other things down here.
I'm guessing you
I
put
won't
the
go over
charger
all
and
these, but
everything here.
you can look at a map of the
I have a
moon.
charger in there. I have a charger to the house. You need a charger?
Make a little big
Well,
one
I
here.
think he has the corded one.
That's
but
called
it'd
an
be good
ocean.
Yeah, I didn't bring the charger. I just put the drone in there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now, these are just like the moon is not blue, okay? So it's just things that we've named them. We've either named them scientific, or we let the American Indians name it Sturgeon Moon, okay? Just because they caught sturgeon best at that time. But like it or not, those names have stuck. Some of them for 2,000 years. So anyway, this is called an ocean, okay? But it's not an ocean. But anyway, if you're going to follow an eclipse, last time we went over eclipse. So depending on where we're going to do it, which eclipse we're talking about, the first thing that we see is a nibble. Take a little. That's the moon coming in. Takes a little nibble out of there, okay? And then that's C1, contact 1 with the moon. And then the one in San Antonio is going to not be a total eclipse, it's going to be an annular eclipse. So they call it a ring of fire. So you're going to have fire around it in a black spot. So it's called the ring of fire, okay? That's contact point 2. When the whole moon is covered is C2. So there's certain things they're going to teach you hopefully on what to do during each of these contacts, okay? Then when it goes out is contact 3. When you're back at this point here, okay? Which will be down here somewhere, depending on where you're at. So for the eclipse, you're going to be doing different things. First thing you're going to be looking for is what?
C1?
A diamond. Looks like a diamond ring. Here. Just go like that. Okay. And draw another.
And then the B.
A second.
Circles.
Looks like a
B's.
diamond ring. So the first thing you're going to see is a diamond ring. Second thing is you're going to see all kinds of little dots. They're called Bailey's beads. Bailey's beads. Okay, all around. They're all light now. This is light. This is dark. Okay. Okay. Now, from a safety standpoint and a medical standpoint or any standpoint, you do not look at the moon with your eyes. Do not look at the moon with binoculars. Do not look at the moon with telescope. Therefore, the Dwarf is the ideal thing, in my opinion, just coming out on the market. So I'm sure they're going to sell lots of them. Because what you're going to be doing is looking at all this going on with a sensor. However, the sensor can get burnt, just like your eyes can. This is where all this filter stuff kicks in. So when you buy the Dwarf, we've got 2 ND filters, one for the wide angle, one for the telephoto. And then you've got the other one for the high contrast, the red and the blue. This one is to be called an ND, right now, ND. neutral density filter. Show them the filters. Open that up.
Oh wow.
So that's one for focusing. Yeah, that's ND filters there.
Okay, 2 neutral density filters. Here is the high contrast filter, HC filter, and then this one I put in a different one here, a mask for focusing.
Yeah.
So one didn't come with it. One I bought, you know,
Yeah.
was made by somebody, and it'll fit on it when you want to do the focusing. Okay, now pick a filter.
This one? I don't think this.
These are filters. Pick one.
Yeah, pick the only one that's in here.
And read what it says.
1.25, 0.5x focal reducer.
Focal reducer.
Okay, a focal reducer. Is that a filter? Does it have a little glass in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That does what it says. It reduces the focal length. So, but anyway, that's just plain glass. That doesn't fit in a whole lot into what we're doing. But you'll find some on there that will say a moon. So what would be a moon filter? A neutral density. It's very, very bright. The moon is what we call a magnitude. The magnitude is how bright it is. So you would need a filter, generally speaking, to see these things on the moon. Otherwise you just see like that light, one big bright light.
Yeah.
Okay, pick another filter. I want you to get one that says something. They will usually say what they do. It'll say, I am a red filter. I am a blue filter. Okay.
I am
Okay, Lisa, I need you back up here.
China.
I'll erase that. Now, for the finer part, this is where it gets a little complicated.
Except the gray.
Those of us who grew up a while ago, okay, and the equipment made by them, and the teachers, what does it say?
This looks like a neutral dense or a shine.
Okay, all I want you to know
Moon. It
is
says moon on it.
what filters are. Look on the side for what it's going to do. It'll usually tell you. The company that made it,
It says
yeah,
it's neutral density 0.9 moon.
okay. So it's a neutral density filter. So it just as easily probably could say moon filter.
It does say moon.
It does say moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, we're getting, this is hard now. We've gone before, on our previous talks on video, photography, and TV. The world we lived in years ago was black and white. Okay? So once they wanted color, they had to find a way to make color. So the brilliant engineers came up with a way to make color, LRGB. LRGB. This is luminance, how bright it is. We've gone over that. 0 to 255. White, 0, black. Luminance, how bright it is.
I don't know if I spelled it right.
Red, green, blue. Now I have them there. You can get a wheel that fits on your telescope that we've got. And we'll have 4 locations for filters. All the telescopes that I can use in Spain, in Australia, and Chile, except one, use this system. This is black and white, right down there, black and white. This is where this stuff gets complicated. Therefore, if you want to take a picture of the Ring Nebula, you've got to do one L picture with the L filter, one with the R, one with the green, and one with the blue. You have to take 4 pictures. Think about that. And then thanks to software and the computer, you're going to merge all these pictures together, and that is not a JPEG picture, JP. Cross that out. It is not a JPEG. Okay? You must have something like an FITS picture. Okay? Put a circle around it. That's good. And then you have to have a certain software program. The one that we're using for free is GIMP, graphic interface. Okay? So now you take a picture. Put down 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay. You take 4 pictures, put it through this, and you got to come out with this. That little guy does it all for you. So the next word you need to learn is stacking. Any picture that you say that looks good is not one picture. It can be anywhere from 30 to 1,000 pictures. 800 is not uncommon. Then you put them through your programs. This is not this program. It's another program. And that program is then to do what we call plate solving. So write that down, plate solving. So obviously the first thing you have to do, if I take a picture of him with a red filter, I take a picture of him with a green filter, and I take a picture of him with the blue filter, take a picture with the eye, and then I put them all together. I've got to have them registered, lined up together. Otherwise, you'll have red over here, green here, and blue there, and you'll have 3 of them. Okay? So when you do stacking, it also have to do what we call align them and get all 4 of these so they're good. This is where I say we're no longer in the era of just taking a telescope and looking at the star. You know, thanks to that, you can imagine not only the Chinese have made that, Chinese students have made it. The manufacturers that went through all this, then the hardware and the software they come out with, and now we can buy it for $500. Okay? Plate solving. So if I go out here in the yard, the first thing it says, plate solving failure, I've got to know how to solve it. Okay? Or I'll come up with another thing, failure. This is where the experience, the learning, and comes in. This is why I hope we have some practice before October, definitely before April.
Yeah.
Best thing to do practice is the moon.
Yeah.
It's easy to find, it's bright, doesn't take a lot of brain power.
Yeah.
Okay? But, so, going to stack it, we got to do plate find, we got to get a line it, and then we're going to put out a beautiful picture of the Ring Nebula. It looks like that. So, this is called DSO, Deep Sky Observations, or Deep Sky Objects. So most of them are. So you have 3 kinds of astronomy. Deep sky, it goes on for millions of years in the past. Planets, the moon is part of that. Okay? And they're at different times. So this is where you'll have star time, Earth time, and maybe this time. So in the older days, this will take care of it for you. Some bright Chinese student did that math, wrote the software, put it in there. But on the other telescopes, you might have to set them. You want to set for sidereal time, or you want to set for planetary time, or you want to set for Earth time. And then you've got to know your latitude and longitude, and everything else I talked to you about here. That's why this guy is so unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Tuesday night,
This is
and hopefully we can get this stuff
Yeah.
going, so. Any questions, Adley? Okay, Roy, you cut